This study was very extensive, contrary to some of the comments that were read earlier. We've gone over this at length with Daryl Smith, with Bart Hose, and with Mark, and and we will ultimately do the map revision with FEMA, but most of what we can do per our grading and per our mitigation efforts would, I believe, and Bart could chime in, but most of these would fall under the ordinance as it is right now anyway. It will certainly still fall under the ordinance. We will not need a text amendment. We don't believe on any of this issue. It's just that ultimately we will get a map revision through FEMA, which will help the town also. So again, I didn't mean to be so lengthy on that. If you have more questions, or Jeff Mize with CDM Smith, if you're on and need to correct me anywhere, please do.
Thank you, Bud. I brought that up because we've all been to several meetings on this over the months, and it was my impression from the data that I listened to over the past year that this development would actually improve the situation with regard to storm drainage runoff. Is that correct? You think that's a correct statement?
I do think that's a correct statement.
Yeah, this is Commissioner Russ too, and I think to Commissioner Green's point, in the hydrology study summary and recommendations, I'm no hydrologist, if that's what they are, but it says that the new bridge over Turkey Creek, which you had mentioned, and then it says other measures undertaken will help alleviate. I think at some point, and I know it's not directly related to the agenda item that we've been discussing, but at some point those other measures undertaken to alleviate or mitigate some of those existing conditions will need to come to light, obviously.
Absolutely, absolutely, and some of it's just the contouring and building some berms. The grading plan, as it's shown right now, will require approximately 100,000 cubic yards of fill to be brought in. The bridge that we're talking about will be completely taking out the original structure that was put in on Turkey Creek to allow for the driveway out to Concord Road. And we'll be building an actual bridge instead of just a culvert. But to go further on that, obviously those details and complete calculations will have to be approved before we get our final site plan approval, and certainly before we would ever get a grading